This here is a 2015 BMW X3, and this infotainment here is very old and dated. It can stream music, it can do calls, but it cannot do any of the modern maps. And today we're gonna fix that by adding wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto to the original screen of the car. And let me show you how you can do this at home yourself using one of our Western Auto custom kit that you can buy on www.westernautocustoms.com.au. Let's get started. So very first frame you want to remove is this AC panel here. You can kind of use your fingernails. If I've got a bit of fingernails, so I can use that to pry it out. Otherwise you can use a soft plastic tool. This kind of tool allows for you to remove panels without actually damaging the dash because they're soft and not very harsh on the leather around it. So you can go ahead and pry it out or use your finger. Once you get this undone, there's going to be a connection behind here, so don't pull it out. There's going to be a connection one behind here and two behind here. You're going to go ahead and undo those connections, take this trim out, and I'll show you what plugs are behind. That was the first big connector here. That's the first big plug for your power button. The second and third plugs are here, just these two. And then once that is out, this will sit on the side, allowing 3 torque training here. And then the bottom panel will again just pry open. Once that one is out, there's one connection behind there that will allow for you to remove the panel and put it to the side. Another 2 torque training here. With the 5 of them out, this fascia panel will come out. So that is the connection that you have to remove from behind the bottom panel. This panel will sit on the side, allowing 2 more torque training. Undo all 5 torque training. This panel will come out. Is not the actual radio. The radio is held in by another 2 torque training. So go ahead and remove these 5 torque training, get the panel out, and then we will move on to removing the radio as well as removing the screen, and then I'll show you the easiest plug and play installation that you would have ever done in your life. There's actually 4 torque training, not 2. Go ahead and undo them, pull this out. Now, as always, try to put in some microfiber on the way so when you're getting it out, you don't scratch anything. So I'm quickly gonna get the radio out, undo all the connections from behind there. And now in order to remove the screen, there's only 2 torque training, one on the left, one on the right. But be very careful to not mix those screws with all of the other screws. You'll see all the other screws are same length, apart from those 2 which are shorter. So keep them separate. When putting it back together, that's going to allow for you to have the exact same fitment as factory. So if you can see here, these screws are much shorter than the other one. So try to keep them separate. Now behind the screen is this 6-pin NBT connection. Just get it out. That's the one that's going to go into our module, and then the new cable coming out of the module is going to go behind the screen. And these are all the connections that's coming from behind the radio. Now the only part here that we're interested in is the fiber optics in this main power harness. That's your fiber optics, the first one from the left. So when you're installing the kit, this fiber optic needs to be transplanted from the left position. Is number 1. So you're gonna get out of here and go into the exact same position on the new power harness that I'm gonna show you in a second. So let me quickly show you what comes in the module, and then what I'll do is I'll do plug and play here and show you what connections I've done. Now the way I'm gonna mount my module is there's a lot of room behind here. There's a lot of plastic. Find a way to mount this module in there. Now I know there's a dip switch setting that you have to change. So this here is an 8.8-inch screen. So for that, our module uses dip switch settings 1 and 2 low, 3, 4, 5 high. You can see the dip switch settings just behind here on the module itself. So quickly go ahead and plug everything in there. The other side, the plug and play, is going to be the T harness. The original power connection is going to connect to this part, and the new part is going to go behind your factory radio. And then just find a plain piece of plastic where you can mount your Wi-Fi antenna to have better reception. So let me quickly go ahead and do all of that, and then what I'm going to try to do is test with the screen here. Now this is the original cable that came out of the screen. It's going to go into this green female part coming to the module, and then the new cable coming out of the module, the LVDS out, that is the one that's going to plug in behind your screen now. So let me quickly go ahead and do all of that, and then I'll see you in the next clip. So what I've done here is using a zip tie tool like this, I've routed my USB from behind the screen, from the module, coming all the way into the glove box. Now I've managed to fit the module in there nice and snug, stuck there. It's not going to move anywhere. The power harness is there. Now the only connection we have to do here is plug this main power harness in here after transplanting the fiber optics connection. And once all of that is done, we can go ahead and plug the original radio back in, the climate control back in, the AC ducts back in, and then it's time for some testing and setting. Make sure everything is working, and then we can move on to the next part. Alright, so everything has been plugged back together. Moment of truth, is the system gonna turn on? If not, then I've just wasted a lot of time. That turns on, press and hold menu. There we go. So I'm quickly gonna go ahead and clear up all the mess that I've made here. And then I'll see you guys in the next clip to show you what settings we're going to be doing on there. Alright, so how you get in the CarPlay interface is by pressing and holding onto the menu button here. So you just press and hold the menu button there. Is going to allow for you to switch between your original and the CarPlay interface. Now in the CarPlay interface itself, go to the last option, the settings. Make sure in your car settings that you selected on the factory camera. If you've got factory 360, go ahead and select factory 360. The second thing we want to make sure here is in the car setting, when you go down, the microphone is selected to OEM mic, correct? Go into system, factory mode, go into phone link settings, disable phone link audio, and this is a right hand drive car, so enable that, go back and reboot. That's all of the settings that you need to do here. Now we will move on to the pairing process, which is just pairing up to your original BMW system. Pair it up to that, and then once we connect to CarPlay, it's gonna allow for you to use your original side, your original BMW radio for your calls as well as all of your musics. So let me get my phone paired up, then I can show you how it looks, how responsive this is, and how nice and neat this all looks. Alright, so now as you guys can see here, my music is playing there. You can see it's very extremely responsive, how fast the whole system is working. Extremely rapid system, guys. This is a full OEM plus integration, completely integrated with my settings here on my steering wheel control. You can see the whole thing working, going up and down, as well as you can see what song I'm playing, and I can change it here onto my instrument cluster as well. Now if you want to do a DIY kit like this, you can buy it on www.westernautocustom.com.au, or if you want me to help you how to get a kit like this or want me to do an installation like this for your car, reach out to me on info@westernautocustom.com.au, or simply give me a call or text on 0475 469 577 to see how I can help you with your car. Peace.